The certified letter demanding $250,000 arrived on the very day Marcus Castellano buried his father, turning grief into raw fury as the HOA board, led by the relentless Karen Whitmore, thought they could finally bully him off his ancestral land. Standing in his driveway at 3 p.m., still in his funeral suit with red cemetery dirt on his shoes, Marcus tasted pure rage while reading the notice that claimed he owed $250,000 for violations on property his grandfather had bought in cash for $800 back in 1952, long before Willowbrook Estates even existed as a dream on a developer's blueprint. Karen Whitmore, the self-appointed queen of the subdivision, strutted over in her designer black dress, fake sympathy oozing from her Botoxed face. "Timing's unfortunate, Marcus, but business is business," she purred, handing him papers that threatened to erase 3 generations of his family's work. What she didn't know, what no one in the manicure neighborhood knew, was that Marcus wasn't just defending a rusty workshop. He was about to uncover that the homes, roads, clubhouse, pool, playground, and even Karen's own backyard gazebo sat partially or entirely on land his family legally owned. Marcus Castellano, 42, third-generation contractor, had inherited more than a business. He carried calloused hands, stubborn principles, and a 3-acre spread surrounded by cornfields and pastures when his grandfather Antonio first claimed it. The modest 1,200-square-foot ranch house and the large workshop, where the hum of welders and the crunch of gravel under steel-toed boots had echoed for 70 years, were more than buildings. They were legacy. His 16-year-old daughter Emma learned the same tools there that Grandpa had taught Dad, and Dad had taught him. After a messy divorce, those weekend visits with Emma were sacred. That land was everything worth fighting for. The subdivision sprang up around them in 2003 when Hartwell Properties bought 200 acres and built 47 pristine homes literally encircling the Castellano property. The developer offered $400,000 to sell. Serious money then, but Grandpa refused. The land passed to Marcus's father in 1994, then to Marcus. As new families moved in, they grew hostile toward the eyesore workshop, ignoring city ordinances that allowed his fully permitted professional operation. Karen Whitmore, 38, former pharma-sales rep turned community advocate, had climbed to HOA president through proxy votes, snowbird allies, and weaponized passive aggression. Blonde, aggressive, floral perfume cloud preceding her, she lived in a 4,200-square-foot colonial with an imported Italian fountain. Her campaign started small. Noise complaints for 7 a.m. starts, legal since 6 a.m. Demand for site barriers, claims of undesirable elements. It escalated. 6 city inspections in 3 months, all clean. Facebook groups with inflammatory captions, a PowerPoint titled Protecting Our Community Values, petitions, and finally that cruelly timed $250,000 fine for unauthorized structures and environmental violations, demanding demolition within 30 days or daily $500 penalties. While Karen sipped Chardonnay and celebrated, Marcus did research. In his father's meticulous files, he found the original 1952 deed, grandfather's signature, county seal intact. HOA covenants only bind properties that sign them. Grandpa never did. There was no HOA then. Their land predated the subdivision by 51 years. He showed up unannounced at the next HOA meeting with surveyor friend Jake, spread documents on the table, and calmly explained the law. Karen waved it away, claiming a legal exemption. The board voted 4-1 to proceed. Marcus's quiet warning: you might want to double-check your legal position before this gets expensive. Karen escalated, hired expensive downtown lawyers, demanded appraisal for forced sale, claimed eminent domain, legally absurd, filed weekly certified letters, organized petitions signed by 34 residents, reported him to every agency, health, fire, zoning, EPA. Inspectors found nothing. EPA even complimented his compliance. She accused them all of corruption. Marcus installed cameras, documented every incident, hired property rights attorney Rebecca Santos. Rebecca's advice: document everything, trust nothing, never sweat. Then came the discoveries that flipped everything. County archives revealed Hartwell surveyor made a massive error. 3 acres of Castellano land included in the plat without ownership. 12 houses encroached, some foundations by 8 to 12 feet. The clubhouse, pool, playground, main entrance, and all roads crossed his property without easements. Worse, a 1953 water rights agreement gave his grandfather exclusive control of the natural spring feeding the entire area, 50,000 gallons daily, while the neighborhood consumed 35,000 for lawns, pond, fountain. Karen had been stealing his water for 8 years. A new GPS survey confirmed it all. Adverse possession was nearing the 20-year mark. He had to act fast. He stayed silent, letting Karen dig deeper. She reported him to the EPA again, false contamination claim. Tried bribing a city councilman. He reported her. Hired a PI who got caught. Convinced an ally to dump debris on his land. Caught on camera. Ally confessed. Created fake reviews and prank-called clients, costing him contracts. The HOA bled money, $63,000 plus, on legal fees from homeowner assessments. Neighbors rebelled. Board members resigned. Financial records exposed the vendetta. Then the bombshell. HOA bylaws required 10 years residency for president. Karen had only 8. Her entire presidency, every vote, every action was invalid. Dale, her husband, slashed tires and spray-painted threats, caught on camera. Police charged him. Karen faced federal scrutiny for false EPA reports, a crime. Her pharma career ended years earlier over falsified reports, now public. At the packed town hall, mayor presiding, cameras rolling, Karen melted down mid-rant, got escorted out screaming conspiracies. Marcus presented deeds, surveys, footage, records, calm, factual. He revealed he could shut off their water, force relocations, demand millions in back rent. Instead, he offered fair easements and water licensing. The new HOA board settled. $85,000 compensation, clear titles, stabilized values. Karen got probation, fines, divorce, sold her house at a loss, and fled. The neighborhood reformed bylaws, added transparency, term limits. Marcus hosted barbecues, joined as advisor, started a property rights defense fund, spoke at seminars. 3 generations of honest work had prevailed, not through destruction, but through patience, documentation, and letting desperation defeat itself. On quiet evenings, he visited his father's grave, smelling Old Spice and hope, knowing the legacy was stronger than ever.